Hey guys, it's just me. Um, I just finished watching an older movie called Front of the Class. Let me tell you about the movie. It's about a man. When he was a boy, he had Tourette syndrome, which is a mental disability which causes neurological effects to have, like, let's say, random outbursts of noise. Sometimes it will, there's like a small percentage where profanity will be used or something like that. Okay? And they have twitches as well. So, it's real story. Uh, he um, he got picked on, bullied. Okay? So, he got picked on and bullied because of his disabilities. That just made me realize something. There's a lot of people with mental disabilities. I'm just letting you guys know this much because that just made me realize something myself. We are all ignorant to the fact of mental disability still to this day. I do have autism. I'm a very high functioning autistic. I do not like it when people use the word retarded, idiotic, idiot, moron, moronic, or using mental disabilities as an excuse to bully somebody, or using it as a way to make fun of somebody. Let's say these two random guys or girls. Person A and there's a person B. Person A turns around and says, "Oh, that guy is being really weird. He's making these stupid jokes. Listening to these stupid jokes is going to make me autistic." No, that is a way of bullying. That is a way of misusing the terminology autistic. Autistic describes a condition that someone has. Autism, there's many different types of autistics, such as extreme high functioning, which used to be called Asperger's syndrome. So, with Asperger's or extreme high functioning autistic, or a person on the spectrum, they have certain quirks that may seem like OCD, may seem like other things as well. They don't learn as well as others do because their brain is wired differently. Tourette's, it's hard for them to focus because they twitch, they can make random noises, they can jerk their arms or whatever. Those people, they don't like to do that. They can't control it. They're born with it. Someone with my form of autism, which is Asperger's syndrome, or extreme high functioning autistic, my brain is wired differently. I learn differently. Certain things I learn faster, certain things I learn slower. So when it comes to history, I learn a lot slower. When it comes to math, I learn very, very fast. Okay? Science, depends on the science. I can learn that really fast. Reading, so English basically. It depends on if I'm interested in the subject. Well, that goes with everybody, though. But with me, I have to like the subject. I can't just be forced to read something. I have to like the book. So, I like Star Wars. So let's say you gave me a Star Wars book at a young age, and I liked the series because of the movies, right? And I read the book. I couldn't fully comprehend it, but I would read it. I would go out of my way and read it. And then each time when I would read a Star Wars book, my comprehension would go up. Then I'll reread the whole thing. That's basically what would happen. But I'd get bullied because I'd go out of my way and read a book that was not in the curriculum or in the status quo, or what the jocks would do, or what the cheerleaders or whatever. I was not in any of the little groups. So what? So what if I was not in any of the groups? I made my friends, so I'm not getting into that, though. It is very hard for people with all sorts of mental disabilities to do what a normal person would do, because their brain is wired differently. But most of us, we give up. Some of us don't. Some of us move on. Some of us grow, adapt, and evolve. But eventually we all end up hitting our lows and highs. People have hit their highs. So let me explain what I mean by the highs and the lows. The highs is when they're actually feeling happy about themselves. The lows are when they are basically at the lowest state. So this is the lowest. So let's say this is emotional level. Let's say this is depression. This is happiness. We don't experience this because we are not really in tune with the people around us, but we feel everybody's emotions. So with my autism, if someone's feeling really sad, I feel it, but 100 times worse. This is a normal person. Let's just say. Or let's go use a dog, for example. So you know how a dog would get excited because it sees its best friend, which is you or me. Okay? So now, imagine that dog is really, really happy. Okay? That's if I was a normal person. Let's say a normal person that is its owner, someone who doesn't have autism, right? So the dog would be really happy, right? Let's say that is me to my best friend, or my best friend. Okay, no, sorry. Let me. So let's say you are going to your best friend and you are extremely happy to see them, right? I could feel that happiness, but I'd feel it 100 times more because I see someone happy, I take in that emotion. Let's say I see someone really upset, I feel that, but 1,000,000 times worse. Okay? Let's say I heard someone died. I didn't even know them. I'd cry because I was sad they died. Let's say someone got murdered. Their family was left and they're upset that their family member died because they were murdered. I was talking with them and I got to know their family member, and then I got to know why they're upset. I'd be way, 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 way low, or I'd be extremely depressed Antidepressants never worked for me, okay? Just made me worse. Okay? So, I am going to say this much. So let's say, no, sorry. Let me tell you what I had to go through when I was in school, okay? When I was in school, I didn't know I had autism. I'd get picked on so much because I was different. I learned differently. I didn't have the same mindset as everybody else, okay? So my mindset, okay, would be basically 1 second I'm talking about something, next thing I'm focusing on something that's outside. That's similar to ADHD, right? But with autism, ADHD goes with it, okay? They are basically like two wings on a butterfly, 2 legs on a human, or a human and a brain. Necessary. There is no cure for it. Like there's no cure for Tourette's. I don't know if there's one now, but I don't think so. For a while there was no cure for Tourette's, and there probably still is none. I've found that accepting that people will not accept me because of my mental disability. Don't let the mental disability win and take over your life, or control you, or let you not do what you want to do in life. For the longest time after when I heard that I had autism, I let it win. I let it win. I hit my ultimate low. I never knew I had it. Mental disabilities run in the family. So, autism, from according to one of my sources, autism runs on the father's side. No, it's not true. It runs on both sides. So, let's say the mother side has it, and the father side has it, or mental disabilities in general, because autism goes hand in hand with other mental disabilities. So that I could be extremely, extremely smart, like Einstein. Okay, I could be Einstein level smart. He had autism, or a form of it. That's extreme high functioning, right? Now there's layers below that, where there's extreme high functioning, but nonverbal. Okay? There's a functioning of verbal. Okay. Nonverbal functioning. Okay. There's extreme high, and there's high functioning. Okay? Goes down and down and down. And there's a non-functioning, extreme non-functioning autistics, and nonverbal. Those are the ones you gotta be careful of, because they don't know how to interact with others, because they've shut down and let it win. Okay? Because they feel like they're gonna not have any friends, because there's people picking on them all the time, even their own family. My whole life I was being bullied. Okay? By members of my family. Not my father, not my grandmother, not my grandfather. not my great grandmother from my grandmother's side, and my grandmother's father, which is my great grandfather on my grandmother's side, which is my father's mother and her mother and father. They never bullied me. They always encouraged me to do the impossible. If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be where I'm at now. I work like any other person. I like to be treated like any other person. Even though I have these quirks, that is what every mentally challenged person has. We want to be treated like anybody else, but we might be a little slow to it. And nobody would understand it. Not until you go into detail on why it's so hard. So when I started my job, my trainer, she said she understood. She didn't. She basically blamed everything, if you were to say, on why you can't digest information fast enough. She would say, oh, it's all my fault then, right? No. Because my mental disability gives me a little bit of a challenge to digest the information because I get distracted. I also don't learn it as fast as others. Like when I worked for Fridays, I was being trained to be a server. I'm an introvert. Introverts have a hard time socializing with people. Unless they see someone has, like, let's say someone's wearing a Yankees ball cap. I love the Yankees. I can compare that to them. Be comparative with them. Let's say someone's just wearing normal baseball cap, no symbols on it whatsoever, right? Just normal or run-of-the-mill cap. I won't say anything. Sorry, I haven't had sleep yet. And it's actually making me upset because I'm still getting bullied, no matter where I go. It is not my coworkers that I work with. It is the people that I assist at my newer job, which is QuickCheck. It is very upsetting that people don't understand why I don't pick up things that easily. So let's say a guest asks me a question, right? And they're asking me, let's just say a stupid thing. Which cigarette is better, has a better taste to it? Nat Sherman's, American Spirits, Marlboro, or Marlboro, I can't remember what it is, Newports, Pall Mall, Mavericks, or I can't remember the other one I had in my mind. So I'd say, I'll stand there thinking for a few seconds, like, can you repeat the question? Because I didn't understand it completely. Okay. And then they'll repeat the question. I'll say, to be honest, I'd say none of the above. But if you were to go and smoke any of them, do not smoke. I recommend not smoking at all. But because it's a very addictive thing. Because almost all the cigarettes, except for 2 that I found, or should I say read up on, have all these chemicals in it. And it's reprocessed. It's the not so finer stuff of the tobacco. And it's mixed with all these chemicals that like stuff from rat poison, stuff from other things to make it addictive. Okay, nicotine. Nicotine is a very addictive substance. I mean, very addictive. People have died from cigarettes, okay, because of lung cancer. Okay? So the 2 that I have found so far that is just tobacco and water, like the best parts of the tobacco where it's not reprocessed or repurposed or whatever. It is like the top of it. And just water. And then with a filter. That's all it is. Which it would be Nat Sherman and American Spirits. Those are the only 2 I've found that are just tobacco and water. Like I said, do not smoke unless you're already smoking and you don't want to quit. And just continue doing what you're doing. That is up to you. Okay? But if you're a young kid watching, not kid, I shouldn't say kid. If you're a young child under the age of 21, do not smoke. It could kill you. It could give you lung cancer and give you a hard time breathing. So, like I said, avoid doing that. But on top of that, like I said, I have to listen to it once or twice more to actually comprehend it completely for questions. Okay? Or I have to read it like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times to understand the question. That's why I do poorly on timed tests, because there's not enough time for me to read the question over and over and over to digest it. That's why I also do bad with studying, and that's why I just do good if I just know it and just put my mind straight to it. I just would pass. Okay? I could tell you this much. Being mentally challenged is not a bad thing whatsoever. Just gives you a benefit of something over another person. So let's say a normal person who loves math. They're really, really good at it, right? And they get all, let's say their test scores are 98s, right? With me, when it comes to math, compared to that person, I'll get at 100s all the time. Because math kicks in like that. Alright. So I finally found a couple groups that I fit in with. I made friends with a couple streamers, okay? Then I met their friends, they became my friends, and their friends became my friends, and went on from there. So my friend Clover, her streams always make me happy because she doesn't care if you're autistic or anything like that. You're a normal person to her. But if someone starts making fun of a disability, she butts in and is like, no, that's not tolerated. I do not tolerate any harassments, any type of harassment on anybody. Okay? My friend Lulu, she's on Twitch. I follow her. I join her streams every now and then when I can. I like her streams because she doesn't care on mental disabilities as well. She'll stop harassment immediately. They'll temp lock all their messages for like 30 minutes. And if they don't stop that, she bans them. Like, no harassments, because it's in her rules. In my rules on anything, no harassments. Sorry, harassment on anybody. If I see it, you will not be able to see any of my videos again. Because I do not appreciate the bullying. Because I'm still being bullied till this day. People bully me. They bash me. They judge me. I don't care if you judge me. But don't insult me because I have a mental disability. Or that I can't pick up on things fully. Okay? I have my quirks. So what? Who doesn't have a quirk? Like, I like bones. I like skulls. Like this. I like Native American things. So, the Dream Catchers. I like Magic the Gathering. I like dogs. I like cats. I like birds. All types of birds. All types of animals. I like my religion. Okay? This is my religion, my choice. You can believe in whatever religion you want. You can be Buddhist, atheist, whatever. Okay? I like my video game characters, my comic book characters. I like building things, as you see that little or that thing right behind that lotion there. I built that. I built this. I like my wires being neat. I like my clock here. Okay? I like my books. I like my bed. Who doesn't like their bed, right? Come on. Tell me someone who doesn't like their bed. Okay? Nobody. Nobody doesn't like their bed. Unless you can't lay down because you have something wrong. That's a different story. But tell me one who doesn't like blankets. Okay, that'll be complicated to talk about because I know a couple people who don't like blankets at all, no matter what time of year. They'd rather just be no blankets covering, no pillows, just their bed. I know a couple people like that. Okay, I wish I could be that way, but summer, just let me be with nothing on my bed. Just my bed, and that's it. Just my bed sheet, nothing else on it. And me, of course, gotta have me to be my bed. Winter, give me a couple blankets. Yeah. A couple pillows. Why not? Right? That's me. I like a lot of things like any other person. Treat me like someone else, like everybody else. Treat me like you would treat your family or your friends. And treat another person with mental disabilities the same way. And I guarantee you'll make another friend. And it'll be one of your best friends in your whole life. Because my best friend, who's my next door neighbor, Robert, he and I have a YouTube channel together. Okay? He and I share a YouTube channel. We are best of friends. He didn't know I was autistic. I didn't know I was autistic until I was like 17, 18 years old. Okay? Didn't know until then. So it's been 4 or 5 years since I knew I was autistic. Since I found out. Wait, no. 16 or 17. Like I said, it's been a while. And yet, in the beginning, first couple of years, I let it win. Now, I don't let it define who I am. I don't let it control me. I don't let it do anything to me. It is a part of me. It is my greatest teacher, as Brad Cohen would say, which is the real person behind the movie Front of the Class.